Hello, welcome to my new series where I'm going to go through every product of Cyprus in great detail. But I thought it was important for this first episode to explain for those who don't know what P.D.Os and P.G.Is are, which is very important when you're looking for original products of any country. When a product obtains a protected designation of origin, a P.D.O, it means that it originates in a specific place, region, or in exceptional cases, a country. Its quality or characteristics are essentially or exclusively due to a particular geographical environment with its inherent natural and human factors. The product adheres to a present set of specifications while all steps of its production take place in the defined geographical area using ingredients that come from that area. Product bearing a protected geographical indication, a P.G.I, is linked to a specific place, region or country. Its quality, reputation or other characteristic is essentially attributed to its geographical origin. The product adheres to a precise set of specifications while at least one from its production steps takes place in the defined geographical area. However, its ingredients do not necessarily come from that area concerned. Other than foods and drinks, the logos P.D.O and P.G.I can be found on products which are not intended for human consumption, e.g. cotton, flowers, hay and essential oils. The P.D.O is a red sticker, the P.G.I is a blue sticker, and the country of origin, the flag, should be shown on the products concerned to be authentic. When were they established? The EU introduced a system for the protection of geographical indications and designations of origin for agricultural produce and foodstuff, and for certificates of specific character of agricultural products and foodstuffs back in 1992 with regulations 2081/92 and 2082/92 respectively. In 2006 the above regulations were replaced by 510/06 and 509/06 respectively, but their scope and purpose were not changed, and in 2012 they merged into a single legislative framework, Council Regulation EU 1151/2012 of the European Parliament and of the Council of 21 November 2012 on quality schemes for agricultural products and foodstuff. These are the products protected under this EU law in Cyprus. Halloumi is the first product of Cyprus that entered the EU registry in 2007. Its production began more than a century ago, specifically in 1895. The first Halloumi factory was produced. Since then there is a historic link between the town and this confectionery product, a chewy candy made primarily of sugar, one of the oldest of its kind in Cyprus. The art of making Halloumi, P.G.I, used in the original recipe has been transferred from generation to generation up to the present day. Among the many written references to Halloumi, P.G.I, those of Nikos Kazantzakis in his book in 1926, and also in Cyprus Enataxidi 1962. The intense aroma of this product and the characteristic flavour of the roasted almond make them unique. The recipe and the production know-how are family tradition. All manufacturers of these sugar-coated almond candies in the Cyprus municipality are descendants of the Sophocles Analystius, who began making them in 1895. In 2012 they acquired a European quality mark. These have always been made with the use of a metal roasting vessel known as Acoustic. This was recognised by the EU in 2015. However, its preparation has been a very old practice among the rural families of Cyprus as a way of preserving meat through the year, given the absence of refrigerators. It is a sausage made from minced pork that matures in a red dry wine, Mavro black, indigenous red wine grape variety, its most important feature, and it dries in the sun. It is made with rose petals of the variety Rosa damascena, which thrives in the area of Agos village due to a climate condition. The historical link of this variety and its products to Argos is confirmed by reports dating back to the earliest 20th century. However, the production of this sweet rose preserve on a professional basis began in the mid-80s by Yucca Elephatipes. In June 2016, it earned a place in the European Registry. The harvest of roses for Glico Triamphilo Agriu, a P.G.I, takes place only from 5 to 8 in the morning, when the roses are not yet completely open and the petals are fresh. This is the first Cyprus product to have obtained a P.D.O logo in August 2016. Colchicassi plant is cultivated in Cyprus since the 12th century AD for its edible starchy roots. Its cultivation was transported from the Carpathian Peninsula to the area of Cypriot village in the early 20th century. The soil composition and the climate conditions of the region, but above all the expertise of the producers, who through the centuries have developed special cultivation and harvesting practices, determine its unique characteristics. The oldest reference to Cyprus colchicassi places it on the dinner table during the wedding celebration of King Richard the Lionheart with Burgundia on May 12, 1191 at Limassol Castle, stated by Geoffrey 1926. Halloumi has a P.D.O. Its presence in Cyprus, as well as its leading role in the nutrition and the life of the inhabitants of the island, is known and recorded for centuries now, even in art. G. Vizinios, who lived in Cyprus in 1867, satisfies his hunger with halloumi and bread in his poem To Ponchon tis Cypriot. The production of halloumi cheese was a practice of social solidarity and an informal partnership between the rural families, since the milk produced by each family was not enough to produce halloumi. Women took turns making halloumi for the whole neighbourhood, with the milk provided by all the rest. Its export to many countries, as it has been recorded since the 19th century, has been a significant financial assistance to the island's inhabitants. The uniqueness of the Cyprus halloumi is due both to the particular geographical environment and its characteristic production process, which is noted in various historical references. The oldest written reference to halloumi as kalumi exists in a code containing 5 manuscripts of Cyprus and kept in the library of the Coria Municipal Museum in Venice. The manuscript in which halloumi is mentioned dates back to 1554 and was written by the secretary of the Venetian administration of Cyprus, Florio Vostiniero. April 12, 2021, when the European Commission officially registered halloumi as a protected destination of origin P.D.O product, was marked as a historic day for Cyprus, which came of years of effort. Therefore, it is now illegal to buy or sell cheese marked as halloumi without these stamps or the flag of Cyprus upon them. This P.G.I product, its dark colour, intense aroma of wine and smoked and salty taste makes it stand out. The fresh pork leg is sprinkled strictly by hand with salt and remains so for 5 to 7 days before being immersed in dry red wine from local vineyards. It is then smoked without ever being placed directly above the fire and pressed, while it is optionally placed in a shaded, ventilated area, a ripening room. This method has remained unchanged over the centuries, and the cold climate of the region that helps preserve the meat. Every Cypriot rural family until the middle of the 20th century secured its meat all year round. The product has acquired such a reputation that, according to the book of accounts kept by the treasurer of the monastery of Agros, during the years 1865 to 1869, it was used to bribe administrative officials to impose lower taxes. A P.G.I since October 2020. For this P.G.I product, the area's unique soil and climate characteristics that flavour the wine of the local varieties of dry red wine infuse the fresh pork with their aromas and flavours before it's taken to the smokehouse and left to mature with the traditional know-how and love of the local meat curers. The registration of this sausage had a P.G.I of the European Union in February 2021, came as a recognition of this know-how that is still passed down from generation to generation. The sausage is made from coarsely chopped minced pork with a few pieces of fat, marinated in wine, salt, coriander, artichoke, cumin and black pepper. As for the lutza, the pork fillet is placed in one piece in the salt and then in the wine with spices for fermentation.